everybody. Today there's supposed to be a pretty steady northwest wind all day, but not too high, which is a pretty good wind for this stand. Haven't hunted it 3 or 4 days, so not sure what kind of activity I've got here. This morning my primary is a 1911 chambered 45 Super, and I do have a backup just in case I need Ruger GP100. Anytime I'm hunting with a red dot, I typically bring a scoped gun as well for the times prior to sunrise and after sunset. A red dot flare is too bad for me during those times, and I can't use one. During midday, daylight hours, I'm okay with them, but it's due to an astigmatism. I'm back for an all-day stay if need be. This past week I've hunted just about every day, all day long. Rut activity is not wound down, but it hasn't been as active as it was last week. I think a lot due in part to a warm front that moved in, but the last 2 days it's been a little cooler and hard frost. I did see a few deer yesterday, but no decent bucks. There's 3 mature bucks that's around this area. I hope they own this property, but that I'm really wanting. I've been tracking them for several years with cam pictures, and all 3 of them, well, let me take it back, 2 of them are over 9.5 years old. One of them, I think, is 7.5 now. So definitely 2 of them are over their prime, but still good bugs. And the third one is a real nice bug. I got him on camera at 1 o'clock on Christmas Day while we were having Christmas dinner. So I better shut up and start paying attention. enough to get him going down, but he didn't go 15 yards. I just broke in my 45 Super. That's the 7th buck I've seen this morning since they run that hot doe through there. And on top of all of that coolness, my shell hit the tree and landed on my leg, so I didn't lose it. A little bit about the pistol. It's a Fusion 1911 long slide, set up for 45 Super. I'm shooting Underwood factory ammunition. It came with a gun when I bought it. I'd say 230 grain Hornady XTP, and I have to look at my data, see what the actual velocity is on it. I'm going to think it's right at 1150, but let me look right quick and be sure. It had been an exciting morning this morning. 1120 is what it's averaging out of this pistol, so. You can see I took a frontal shot. A frontal shot is very lethal if you can make it. I didn't want to wait till he turned and followed it where all them other ones went tracking that doe, because if he'd got back here behind me, I couldn't have got a shot. I was turning pretty far to my right as it was. That shot's about 30 yards, and I felt comfortable with it and had a good rest. Like I said, he went about 15 yards and down right there. I'm gonna sit up here a little while longer and savor the moment, and I think I'm gonna have me a cup of coffee before I get down. Been a good morning this morning. It's something how everything can change quick when you have a hot doe come through during the rut. That comes through trailing her. And I might have made a mistake in getting too trigger happy and taking that one, but I'm tickled with him, and I thought I was cursed with this 45 Super. I've been toting this dude for a week and a half now, trying to get something with it, which I have passed up several, but was able to make it happen this morning. Alright, I'm down, got all my gear gathered up. There's the stand I was in. Probably seen it before. Killed a few deer out of it. Go over here right quick where he was standing. See what kind of blood trail we may or may not have. See, I think he was standing right about here. Yeah, I don't see any right here, which I wasn't really expecting to with that frontal shot. And there may not be any blood at all, but that's okay. I seen him go down. He didn't go 15 yards. He's laying right over in there somewhere. Oh, there he is right there. I don't know if you can see him over there or not. Go right around here to him. Alright, and there he is. Nice little waypoint. Let me get him set up right quick. I'll be right back. Figured out to get him up and show you where the entry hole was. See if I can zoom in on that where you can see it. Center punched him right there, just above his brisket. And I don't have an exit, so I'll be able to retrieve that bullet and take a look at it. Get my pistol out here. This morning I was using one of John Browning's finest pieces right there, model 1911. This one here is a Fusion long slide, and it's set up with a to shoot 45 supers. And it turned out to be a fairly accurate pistol. Not quite as accurate as my 10mm 1911 I got, but accurate enough. As you can see, I made that at about a 30-35 yard shot. Center punched him right in the brisket where I was intending. And it's obviously plenty enough power for a whitetail. This morning turned out to be a pretty eventful morning. Not long after daybreak, I heard some grunting and looked back this direction, and we had a doe. Evidently she's coming in heat. Had two bucks was dogging her pretty hard all in this stick stuff. Man, they was breaking limbs and tops and grunting. And I filmed for about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes worth, not realizing I never did cut my mics on, so I got those cut on, and still ended up getting some footage where you could hear them grunting, but not quite like it was before I cut the mics on. They were grunting real loud. And after she has passed through, and those two that were running her in here, they went on out back to the south, and I had 4 additional bucks that came in. Obviously this was the last one. And he got a big old tick on him, but it's not actually the deer I thought I was pulling the trigger on. I took a glimpse of him with my binoculars and thought it was a different deer, and I just quit looking at antlers after that. I tend to stay a little calmer if I don't look at antlers, but I'm happy with him nonetheless. He's just not the one I thought I was pulling the trigger on. Pretty little 8-point. I think he's going to become some jerky. I believe that's what's going to become of him. And this episode has been brought to you by Ralston Knives. Check me out on Facebook, Ralston Knives at facebook.com. If you're interested in a knife, shoot me a message. I'll get you on my list. Thanks for watching. Okay folks, I'm not going to turn my mics on or hook them back up. I done put all my gear up. It's just after I loaded the deer up, I went back and back trailed the blood trail, just to see what kind of blood trail it had. And there's actually blood right where he was standing when I shot him. He was standing about 10 yards further than I thought he was, reason I didn't find any blood. Those distances look deceiving when you're up in the stand, I guess. It's actually about a 45, yeah, probably about a 45-yard shot, but right here is where he was standing when I shot him. And you can see there's good blood right there, and actually a good blood trail leading to him. Getting under the sun, I think you can't see it, but there's no doubt a very good blood trail. He was pumping out pretty good. All the way to him. And he's laying, or was laying right there. I'm gonna quit trailing him right here. Getting in some thick briars and stuff, but you get the point. Just want to show you what kind of blood trail he had, and turned out that 230 XTP out of the 45 Super done a pretty good job. I'm looking forward to finding that bullet in him since it did not exit, and let's see what the results are. But I got him all loaded up, and I need to go get him processed up. Here's some of the blood trail a little closer to him. You can see he was bleeding pretty good. But he's loaded up, ready to go get cut up, and most likely before I go back to work, other than his sweet meat, he's gonna become jerky. See y'all next time.